Hey there everybody, welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. This is Spiraling Helix. Last time we cleared out the lower part of the castle at Hollow Bastion, and this time we are going to get all the way to the top and deal with Maleficent, provided that the world's actually short enough that we can get there in time. But first off, this is the middle-ish area of the castle. Great view of this Heartless emblem here. You can see the castle gates down there as well, although with a lot less detail. But halfway along the lift will stop and we have to deal with all the Heartless that have appeared. Mainly just wizards that really like to teleport when I get close to them, apparently. Oh well, so let's kill them all off. It's gonna be fairly easy, I think. I'd say as I get hit. I should really stop saying things are going to be easy, but just 3 wizards there, hit the switch and we are done. Moving on, and this lift is incredibly slow. But if you look around there, it's just clouds. Hollow Bastion really is just this castle, it seems. And you can't even see the water all the way down there. But here we are arriving at our destination. Mind the gap. Or just let the teleport sort it out for us. Heading up here, we have a blue Trinity mark first up. Here we go, and we get a Mega Elixir and a couple of cottages. Great items there. And I think with that we have all the blue Trinity marks as well. So I think that only leaves yellow and white Trinity marks in the whole game. And there is actually one I forgot about. That's down in the Rising Falls area, but there is a much better time to get that when we revisit this world later on. Anyway, we come into the lift stop just so we can go up a tiny bit. I swear, they're crazy teleports. There's a chest around here though, isn't there? Yes, there is, and this one's good, isn't it? An Orichalcum, not bad. We do need quite a few of those later on for some of the higher level synthesis items. Anyway, as I was saying, the lifts stop. Either it teleports you, or Sora, Donald and Goofy are running up and down a lot of different flights of stairs. Anyway, so we have a very simple, borderline easy puzzle here. But it's even like, I'm gonna say it's a puzzle, it's not too much of one. But it's controlled by those crystals that all the lift stops are controlled by as well. So we will have to deal with the Heartless. So dealing with this second wave of Heartless here. And Stun Impact, annoyingly, it doesn't have too big of an effect on a lot of the late game enemies, especially the defenders. They will stagger them, like get staggered a little bit and stop whatever attack they're doing. But it won't actually stun them, which is like the whole point of having that attack. I mean, it's weaker than my usual finisher. And the Thunderer Ring is not too great, but if we hit this, you'll see this giant block moving down. And you might have briefly seen it, but there was an opening down below that block. And actually, I want to lift that block up again. You'll be able to see it a bit clearer here. So you'll see there is a doorway underneath that block. And if we move them down, we're going to end up blocking it and can't get in. So I want to be able to keep that opening clear. But first off, we are back in the lift stop yet again. I mean, this place is so popular apparently. Anyway, this is probably the biggest area we can move around in the lift stop. Got quite a bit of space. And something actually interesting about this section of the lift stop is that there is a ledge higher up above us that isn't actually blocked off from here. Unfortunately, we can't jump high enough. But I wonder if you can, I wonder if a speedrunner's found a way to, use a trick to get up there or something. Anyway, it's worth noting that, of course, we will be going up there later and we can fall down. So, worth noting that there is a place we can fall down, and we don't want to. Anyway, just finishing, why does everything teleport right before I can kill it? Seriously. Okay, where to go? There you are, die. Okay, that should be all of them. So, heading back outside into the high tower because we didn't actually know the name of this place because we took the lift up. But again, we have to deal with the Heartless around here because we can't activate any of the switches until they're all dead. Because that's the way this game works. And a heal! Oh, I'm gonna cast... Oh. I think I just used heal twice. That was a bit silly. I actually meant to use that other spell. I thought I had something else configured to the quick shortcut log. Anyway, I should probably cast arrow, move arrow onto it now. It's very helpful and does deflect attacks. So, oh, I thought that was all the enemies. Darn it, I didn't see more spawn. So there's wizards and shadows, and is that it? Please let that be it. It looks like that's it. And who knew shadows could be so annoying this late in the game? And Lucid Shard, that's not really that great. We've been getting them all game. But here we go. Oh, he failed. He failed. Get him. Get him. No. Every time. Ooh, there's a chest there. I did not notice that before. Okay, better remember that. And die. Die, die, die. It's annoying because you don't lock onto them easily. So let's grab this chest. Lower that down. And opening this will give us an Osmosogy. That's good for grabbing things, but I don't think we need any more of them. Anyway, jumping up on this block, we can actually jump down below this one, glide a bit to make sure I go in, and you can fit into that doorway, so like saves you having both blocks lifted, which would be much more annoying to actually do. But going in here lets us get a royal crown. I believe that's a good piece of equipment, if I can actually select equipment, as it has a unique name for a start. So it raises magic and overall resistance. Ooh, who do I put that on? Is it actually worth putting it on anyone, for that matter? It doesn't actually look like it. So I guess I'm not going to put the royal crown on. Oh well. But you guys saw what it does there. And unfortunately I have to jump down into this lower area. The good news is, because we finally managed to get to a higher floor that isn't around castle gates, it brings us back here to this lift and we can take it straight back up to where we need to go. And actually it's probably quicker jumping off there than going back to the lift stop, although I do have to deal with these Heartless yet again. Okay, so defeated those Heartless. And we can lower this block now, that first one. And you could probably tell, that'll give us a way up to a higher ledge once we go around. So I'll just head around here. I won't bother dealing with these Heartless here. No point really fighting them. These Heartless I'll try to avoid. If the Dark Balls follow us, I'll have to deal with them, but the Defender might despawn. Anyway, up here we do have more Heartless, and of course it's Wyverns over a ledge I don't want to drop down, because they always do that. Because the game developers are jerks. I mean, I love them, they made a fantastic game, but seriously, do you want me to just keep falling down and killing the same Heartless over and over again? Probably, because then it means I'm playing the game for longer. But, it's just tedious if I have to keep doing it. But just last one, actually. Thunder should kill it. There we go. And looks like most of those Dark Balls disappeared as well. If we hit this switch, that will raise that block again, which is another way you can get down to that door. But if I jump up here, there is another switch over there, and more Heartless to defeat. Always deal with the wizards first, because they can disappear like that. Then Dark Balls while it's gone. Okay, where are you? Oh, you're in a good spot. Okay, if they spawn over that ledge, it's really annoying, because then you drop down, and then you have to deal with the Heartless down there. But hitting that switch will turn that thing around. That'll change the path of one of the lifts. In fact, it is the lift we got... Sorry, Mega Elixir. Crap, that's good. Anyway, it's the lift we got from the library, that was behind that bookcase. So, taking that lift will bring us to a different spot, and I can actually show it off to you once I defeat these two defenders. It's in the middle area there, but it'll be a lot easier to see when I'm not locked onto these guys. Oh well, they go down reasonably quickly, as long as I know how to fight them properly. Thank goodness I do. And level up for Donald, more strength. That's good. So that chest there, that is the only chest left in the lift stop, so I can assume that that is where the lift change will take us. Anyway, heading into the castle chapel. We've made it to the top.
So, I see the path has emerged at last.
Yes. The keyhole to the darkness.
Unlock it, and the Heartless will overrun this world.
What do I care? The darkness holds no power over me. Rather, I will use its power to rule all worlds.
Such confidence.
Oh. Ah! Impossible! The princesses of Heart are all here. It must be her.
Without her heart, she will never be able to release her power.
The king's fools are here. I'll deal with them myself. You stay here and guard the princesses.
So if I move further ahead, we have a boss fight against Maleficent, as you could probably guess. And because of that, oh, we have an AP up. Might check if there's an ability I'll equip. But I'll use a cottage to refill all our health and magic, and actually check abilities. So nothing I can put on. So, here we go. Time to face off with Maleficent.
I'm afraid you're too late. Any moment now, the final keyhole will be unsealed. This world will be plunged into darkness. It is unstoppable.
We'll stop it. After coming this far, there's no way we're gonna let that happen.
You poor, simple fools. You think you can defeat me? Me, the mistress of all evil!
Here we go, we have a boss fight against Maleficent. First thing you want to do is actually get on top of this stone and then just keep attacking her. She will summon Heartless as well as do other attacks. I don't want to fall off no matter what. If I whoa, wait, what? I did not know defenders will spawn up here. That makes things a lot worse. I'm going to put an arrow on myself because of that. And a cure. Anyway, so just want to defeat... Well, of course I want to defeat Maleficent. And she says the darkness holds no power over her, but I find that a little bit hard to believe, as like all the other different allies she had fell for the dark power. Anyway, well, no. Oh, if I wanted to go through a whole world without dying, this is definitely it. So don't ruin this for me, Maleficent. Anyway, this is when I really want to no. This is why I wanted to stay on it. So if I do enough damage to this rock, it will come down, except now she's actually gone that little bit too high for me to get on. Like, just that tiny bit too high. If I only saw I would grab onto the ledge. And so this will knock it down. I want to get out of the way of that. And she's almost down, come on, half a bar of health. And she's moving again. I want to try and stay on this. So I know, come on. Well, while she's respawning, I may as well defeat a defender. They might drop health. Please drop health. Or is it just magic and money? It's just magic and money. Ah, come on. And I don't know if Maleficent can heal herself, but she really likes magical attacks. If you couldn't guess, being a witch and all, or evil wizard. I don't actually know. Sorceress, that's what she really is. And every time. She's doing that so often though. I haven't seen her do it that often, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, here we go. I reckon if we can get on top of it one more time, then she should go down, especially with those defenders gone. Unless she summons more. That'll be just great. Here we go. There we go. Land a few new abilities and stat increases as always. Donald learned cheer for that as well, and we get Ansem's Report 5, which is great. Now, cheer as always I do want to equip, especially for this fight, as I think I'll show off another summon. But apart from that, we got something else. What was it? Right, abilities for Sora. So we also got Counter Guard, or Counter Attack. I can't put that on yet, but basically when you parry an attack, you have the option to counter. Anyway.
Do you need some help?
Riku!
Yes, a Keyblade. But unlike yours, this Keyblade holds the power to unlock people's hearts. Allow me to demonstrate. Behold! Now, open your heart. Surrender it to the darkness. Become darkness itself!
This is it. This power. Darkness. The true darkness!
Oh boy, this is a big one. Maleficent has turned herself into a giant dragon. And the first thing I'm going to do is run away! Run away! The reason being because these roots around the room are actually incredibly safe. Maleficent only has one attack that can hurt you up here, I believe. But also, I'm actually going to use a high potion on Donald and a high potion on Goofy. And I'm going to summon Tinkerbell. So I haven't shown off this summon yet. Basically, Tinkerbell is great for surviving tougher battles. Tinkerbell will constantly cure you and your party members. Although it's only a little amount, it is very helpful. Now, over to Maleficent. You always want to have Arrow go up if you can help it. Unfortunately, I forgot to put Arrow on my shortcut menu. Anyway, every time Maleficent puts her foot down on the ground, a massive shockwave goes out, which is actually, it's easy to dodge, you just need to jump, but it's every single small foot, and even if it's a very small step, there'll be a shockwave, so it's pretty annoying in that sense. Now, she also breathes fire that will stay down on the ground, which is also quite annoying. And especially when there's a lot of it. Now, the hitbox doesn't go as high as you'd expect, so you can usually glide over them. You can also deflect these fireballs that get sent back at Maleficent. I'm going to cure, even though I have Tinkerbell. I wish I saved that for an arrow, actually. In fact, I'm going to use an elixir. That's probably best. And use arrow again. And she has stronger attacks as always when she gets low on health. But for now, she actually has I think she has the most health we've seen a boss have thus far. Anyway, she also spins around. It's very hard to dodge up close as you're taking a hit from most of the body. But if you're further away, it is just like jumping over the tail. And Arrow protected me from those fireballs, but it would have been better if I could guard them. Anyway, I just want to keep going, and this boss fight, in my opinion, this is probably Like, so, like, I'd say after Agrabah, the boss fights are decently okay. Halloween Town and Atlantica both are pretty good grinding spots, but this boss fight, I'd have to say this is the hardest boss fight we've seen so far. By far, like, easily takes the top spot. So far, anyway. This boss fight has been a complete brick wall for me before. Like, I could not get past this boss wall, fire going everywhere. I struggled to get past this boss fight for so long when I was younger playing this game. And once I got past this boss fight, I think there was a few others later in the game that I did struggle with, but it was mainly this one that stopped me from playing for a while. It probably took me a few months to actually get through it. And the reason why Tinkerbell is so helpful, getting back to the summon, is because if you have Second Chance equipped, that has it so you always have at least 1 HP left after taking a big attack, like I did just there. Tinkerbell will usually, even if it's a small amount of health, Tinkerbell just casting that tiny bit of cure can save your life, and that gives you another Second Chance shot. So here we go! Yes! Oh crap! I can't believe I defeated Maleficent without dying! That was awesome!
How ironic. She was just another puppet after all.
What?
The Heartless were using Maleficent from the beginning. She failed to notice the darkness in her heart eating away at her. A fitting end for such a fool.
And for defeating her, we obtained Fire Glow. That is the last summoning gem, I believe. I think we have 2 in our inventory now. And all these roots are gone from the castle. Maleficent no longer has control. Obviously, because she died. Anyway, heading back into the castle chapel, a new doorway will open up, as well as a save point. Actually, I think that save point was there before fighting the dragon, which means I wasted a cottage. My bad. Anyway, I'm going to end off the episode here, so thank you for watching. And before I go ahead, I'm putting a warning here and another one at the beginning of the next episode. If I go much further, a lot of the worlds will change. Now, not actually how the worlds are, but all the enemies in them will change. All the enemies are going to be a lot stronger. Also, there are going to be a few worlds in particular that are incredibly tough. You cannot return to the clock tower either in Neverland. So if you want to go do that, I recommend you go do it now, or you save it for much later, like when you're ready to deal with what's there. Anyway, with that, next time we will take on Riku, or whatever happened to Riku, and seal the final keyhole that is here in Hollow Bastion, and save all the worlds from darkness. See you guys next time. This is Spiraling Helix signing off. Bye bye, everybody.